Alright, so we're gonna try to win a box today. So as far as I understand, this is 6 wins. I don't know if this is best of 3 or best of 1 sealed pool arena direct challenge, which I guess if you get all the way you can win a box. So we're just gonna try that, see how that goes. I'm gonna walk you through the process of sealed deck building, and then we're gonna play the games out. And it doesn't say here if it's best of 3 or best of 1, but I guess there's more details which I won't bother about now. But let's just get into it and see what it is. At the end of the day, you wouldn't build the deck that much differently. Best of 3 versus best of 1. So exciting part about this is that we can splash a lot. The micro spawn helps us splash. Helps us find a land to splash. Cultivation does that, which is just a harder to cast. Cultivate, right? And Cultivate used to be a good card. Double green is rough, but you're not really ever sacking a non-creature, or you don't want to sack a non-token creature for it, unless, I don't know, it has a pacifism or it or something. We got a Devourer. If we go Eldrazi's, this Kappa. It can happen sometimes, but less likely since you need a dedicated synergistic artifact deck, and the lands are okay. So not the most exciting thing, but let's see what else is there. Alright, I like to just get rares out of the way first. So I have them here. And then I'll look at mana fixing, so basically lands. And usually there's a lot here to unpack because you have tri-lands and they stand out less visually, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to go through what your colors are. So we can fix from green here, some Jeskai, Mardo type of fixing. We have 2 of these, that is huge, I think. These are pretty good. A lot of Eldrazi is just noticing them here. These 2 duels, 3 duels. Wow, our green is really shallow. We do have 2 Dryads, so we can go green, splash anything probably. But this goes into the fixing category. Only 1 Chrysalis, Satch. Have this big boy here. That's it for fixing. Now we have to look at at maybe one color that drags us into something. One reason to drag us into a color. Green has this fixing package, so that's appealing. We have Nantuko, which is a pretty great card. So white has some aggro stuff going on. I'm looking at 2 kites, removal here, 3 inventors. Auxiliary is great, but we only have a 1-off, and Decree has a good top end. So it's there's a lot of white cards, but we would need to be main white and be aggro probably to play that, which is not the biggest compliment to our green. And right now the green looks where we want to be. Blue has 2 counter spells, which are, this card is just good, but it's a little bit better even in sealed in my opinion. But that's about it. We have this card draw, which is potentially splashable. Yeah, not too appealing, the blue here. Usually black is the removal color, but we only have Wither, -3/-3, so also don't like black that much. It's just not deep enough. Okay, this is more interesting. Red has 2 white bouncers, which are gonna be great with our colorless mana ramp. Gatekeeper is fine. This with all the lands is pretty good. And we have 1 score, so that's not that bad. Green, we kinda noticed. It's not the deepest, but it has most of the cards are playable. And I don't think any of the multicolor cards drag us into an archetype, so I'm just looking red, green, Eldrazi is honestly pretty simple, and maybe splash some cards if need to be, because we have the tools to splash. Kappa is unfortunately not gonna make the cut because it's an artifact, so I'm gonna cut that for now and try to put a green-red shell together. We could splash white for removal with Charms and Umbra. That is definitely adds something to the deck that we otherwise don't have. Blue for Eldrazi stuff, maybe better. I think it's worth splashing too much though, because we almost are there with playables either way. Just try to steamroll with our creatures. Okay, so as far as mana goes, I'll just add up to like 8, 9 green, probably 9, because really want green early, and then it enables anything. And I need to see if I want to play all the tap lands, but this is 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 11 green already, so we can go 10. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 4, 10 red. We can go lower on red. We're currently 13 lands plus 1, 2, 3. It's 16 lands. We want to add a blue source. And this way we're at 17 with all the modal lands, which is probably fine because we have like mana dorks or also. And then blue is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the dryads, 5 plus the dryads. It's kind of reasonable. Now we need to make 4 cuts. I guess this to some degree gets awkward now because we're gonna be cutting cards anyhow. I don't like cutting tricks because they look pretty good here. So maybe we still cut then blue completely. Okay, so I needed quite a bit to fine tune this, so I ended up not running any tricks at the end. And hope this will be enough, even though I would like tricks in this deck actually, but it was hard to make cuts, and then at the end of the day we have this repassed on a land slot and the strength as well. So this means we're running 17 lands with the modals. Pretty straightforward. I still kept an island because I want the fetch lands anyways, but I kept it mostly because of this battle mage, and our mana is quite decent. We have 10 green. And then everything else gets enabled by these dryads, plus we have decent amount of red anyhow. So let's give it a go. Okay, so it is apparently best of 1. Our deck is pretty simple, just wants to steamroll. This hand is a land away from casting Aberration on turn 3, which is exactly what we want. Probably don't want to. Well, we could crack it potentially, but then again we want to draw a land. We don't know if we want red or blue yet. So I guess I'm not gonna crack it. In case our dryad dies. And then we want the colorless mana here. Plus, like, again, like we're thinning our library if I'm cracking the landers, but we still want to draw a land. Dryad here, reason is this on 3. Okay, so we did get there. Now it's probably better to just... I mean, I could go here and kill the elemental, but we can do that next turn and generate some mana along the way with the Flash Raker. So that seems like the logical step if the aberration didn't happen on 3. And it feels to me like if they have a kill spell, they're gonna kill the Flash Taker here, not the Dryad. I mean, we are mana screwed, so... They could have a reason to go for that, but they go for the Flash Taker. Makes sense. Oppo goes 4/4 Griff Elemental. That's pretty sick actually. We're still not hitting land drop, so that's a little bit unlucky, but we do get this play, which is pretty good. We add to the board, kill a threat. But yeah, we are in this rough situation where the biggest strength of our deck is play a big threat faster than opponent, and we're just not getting there with the mana. But that happens in Magic sometimes. Let's go here, swing both. I guess there's some awkwardness because like we will need red at one point, but then again we will need colorless also. So I'm just playing this brute scale out. Oppo didn't do anything on 4, which is kind of scary. That either means they missing a color or They just have like more expensive stuff. This deck not having tons of removal can be quite awkward versus we give them too much time. So now we have 4 mana, we could just play that apparition out finally. Other options, cycle to get another land. Could try to trade a Brute Scale for Kami here, make a token, and then what, play a 3-1. Now that's not necessarily that bad. I think I like that actually. Get Kami, because the Kami as Death Toucher kills that anyhow, although yeah, we're in this awkward spot where we really want to hit mana. We get to 1 more mana next turn. I think I kind of like that. I mean, it gets really awkward if they have a kill spell here, so that maybe something we want to play around. I'll just play the apparition out. Okay, Dog Umbra goes up, but yeah, that's... I mean, it is awkward, but... So that is their splash, I assume? Oh, they have the charm as well, so maybe they're just Mardu colors. Or splashing red, actually. Luckily, these threats are not really that good for them. They don't pressure that much, and they give us time with all our expensive cards in hand. Okay, this is interesting because the 1/1 dies. That is aggressive. The double block in theory looks great, but we're also hitting for a lot, so I'm kind of thinking I'll just take that. They might also have a removal there. This is tapped unless we crack this, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll attack with these two and pump this. Hopefully that goes through. This means we have +1 mana next turn and we can cast the Skoa, even hasting it in. So apparently that goes through. Go this tapped, and I guess we just play this at this point, even though we could haste it, but we have so many other things to do. One thing is we can haste a big creature out with this arena. I guess we're taking another 2. We have to worry about the drain a little bit. This can deal 2 damage, they gain 2 life. So that kind of messes up with the combat mat a little bit, with the tempo of the game, with the race. But then again, if we get here, we can just kill the Kami. Oh, come on, give us a land. Well, this is still pretty good. We just go Ravager this stage, I think. Well, Skoa at least gives us... I think I like Skoa. I mean, if this goes through, it kills that and it's a threat. So I'll just exert the land, which gives us double red. Skoa. And then this, like, even if they have a kill spell, because like the Ravager is a pretty good play, but if they have a kill spell plus they have a Death Toucher, it gets awkward. Okay, so there is, okay, that is somewhat awkward if they had exactly that card. So if I attack here, they kill Skoa, but they take 8. Is that worth it? Go to 4, they have 1 life, but they do drain, so I think we just pass. They would go to 6, which I don't think it's worth it. Okay. It's on the end of the world. They still get to drain, which is really annoying at this point. When we get to 7, we have a kill spell for the Kami. It does exile it. Okay, so that's mana, that's good. So just I don't really have great attacks here. Unfortunately, just cycle that and if we get a land, we can play the draw it out. Otherwise, Just the Dryad, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana for that. Could cycle the Ravager as well, then we can sack Apparition, get it back plus something else. We don't get a 1/1 though. But I don't think that matters that much because we want to play. We will use it for the Dryad this turn anyhow. So I'm just going cycle Ravager. No, I'll just play the Dryad here. Fine. Like I mean, we're not in that bad of a spot. And I know they drain here, which is really awkward. We go pretty low, but we'll deal with Kami next turn. If we get a land, we cycled now. We have 6 mana. Also, this hastes in 6/6 hasting in is not that bad. Right, this will. Oh, this gets yeah. There's a lot of awkwardness here. Yeah, we need some answers because the Kami, like now both kills kill us. We do have a. If we get a land, we have a Reacher, but then this is a drains for 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can get this back cycle again. Sack something. Maybe that finds an answer, so I could sack the 6/6 and 2/2. The 2/2 doesn't do much at this stage. I guess we can attack for if we kill Kami, but when we lose on the backswing, we take 7. Yeah, we don't have enough. I guess we sack. Just to get maybe a potential cycling. This gives us a Reacher. And we can kill the Kami, but they do attack for us, so we're technically dead actually. Oh, that's awkward. If I kill Kami, well, dead in the air. If I kill the 3/3, exile the 3/3. We also die if they equip, so I don't think we have many outs other than drawing into something, but what would that be? We don't have life gain. Elk doesn't do enough. Ugh, that is rough. Can haste something in, but that doesn't matter any like at this stage. And this doesn't reach. I think we just go here and hope they mess up. I don't know. I don't have a better idea. I would say that's a little bit unfortunate because they do have a kill here. Yeah, they noticed it. Okay, I mean the potential of this hand is pretty much similar to the potential of our last hand, but that one didn't get there. But we have to keep those hands. This way it's easier to maybe find a land with Rumble. I guess similar idea here. If we get another land, we can also fetch to make more 1/1s. Or 1/1/0/1s. Which we don't, so we have to fetch now. Get red, play the Dryad, because that gives us potentially 4 mana next turn. We just do more stuff. We have a draw step there. Or we find a land with Rumble. Is an idea. Opponent kills the Dryad, makes sense. It's not great for us, obviously. Okay, so another awkward spot. I think we just go Dryad again, but another awkward spot where we're not hitting land drops. I am playing 17. 17 elves. I mean, we do have modals on our land slot. Okay, there's a land. start with Rumble. I want to haze the White Pouncers in. Rumble finds us. Okay, so we can go greedy, get Ravager. I mean, it's not even that greedy because we get it isn't. It's not, right? Like, we want that land for these back to back, which means we just take the island then. Ravager goes into the yard so we can get it back later. That makes more sense in my opinion. Go this, play the this creature, which has it that heralds the end. That's the name of the card. We can get this back if they want to kill something. But then again, no, we'll still have the White Pouncer even if we sack these two. They kinda want to kill this now. Let's roll, okay? It flips on a instant or sorcery. The one awkward part is they can tap the White Pouncer down. So they'll tap that down. That's fine. Okay, so now I really want to go that. Is that good? Is that better than just White Pouncer hazing in for 6 is the question, right? Because I could go this, White Pouncer untapped. And that means I get another 1/1. Might be better here, honestly. Can attack first with both, probably. There's nothing for 1 white, right? There was another play in Persecutor, but we can do that next turn. Start sacking. Although we cannot, like, this is non-tokens, never mind. So this would work with lands, but won't work with tokens already, which means he would kind of go infinite, so that wouldn't make that much sense. That would be a little bit too oppressive. Okay, so here's where we could sack, but we do get it back, so I don't think we sack. Because it's a pretty impactful card right now. They do flip the roll here. That's awkward. I'll put it here still. We have haste, so we can probably beat it down unless they have another spell. The Zealot can tap something down, but there's quite a lot of creatures here. I think they go for kill the... Well, they could go 1/1 on the Void Mancer and the token, which leaves us in an interesting slot. This goes to 1. But then, I mean, depends what's their follow-up, right? If there's nothing, I think we can beat Roll down. They have to plus if they want spells cheaper now. That's one thing maybe important here. Oppo will go 2 on the Flash Taker, right? I would assume, yeah. I could bring that back, but then I don't have this hasting in. That's probably not worth it. I like haste now with
excitingly electrolytic.
I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna tap the something down. Just this haste. So they tap the Void Pouncer, I go... I mean, I can do this, right? There's a potential of a kill spell, but Also go both Raw, although Raw right now doesn't do much. I'm gonna go like that. Okay. You keep a 5-3 Trampler.
Better life.
They lose Raw. And our deck really wants that third land basically on 3, and it didn't happen in any of these games. Okay, that comes back. Means they lose 1 energy. They generate 2 from the Zealot. Yeah, they had 3. They had 1 plus 2 minus 3, and now plus 2. So I guess fine. I can go. I can start here. They didn't have a tap yet. Another interesting thing is like if we sack something for Persecutor, they might have a counter spell, which is I guess somewhat awkward. But if we sack something for Persecutor that's not a token, we get the 1/1 and the 0/1, and the 0/1 is bigger because of this. So that's basically a free sack now if we sack the token, and let's say they have a kill spell for the biggest creature, which is Void Bouncer. Okay, so they pay the energy. That makes at least a 3/3. If they attack nothing much this turn, they can still tap, I guess, because they have excess energy. So yeah, this way they go up to 4 energy. Make a 3/3. That doesn't do much this turn. It does, however, no, it does pump a creature, which might matter here. I could pump. Well, this probably doesn't want to attack. You can see attacking with Void Bouncer plus Persecutor. Just play that out or what? No, I just like the brute skill. Probably gonna just pump it in our turn so we don't miss on that token. And pass. I wanna get the land down in the same turn. Getting a copy of this is pretty sick. Getting a copy of I mean this, like Eldrazi's ETBs don't happen necessarily, but I guess we don't have any ETBs right now. Alright, we got there. Our third opponent, I mean we don't have red, but otherwise rumble into something. It's not bad, and we can get red with a micro spawn. Okay, still rumble. Cycling Ravager, okay. So that one is interesting. I think we just get Dryad here. We could go... I mean, the thing is we can Rumble next turn for red. So it's either Skoa or Dryad. Could go for more value with a Micro Spawn. I'm just gonna take Dryad here. Can go maybe a tap land next turn and Dryad. Then we have all our colors set up for a turn where we do both with Micro Spawn. I mean, this always gets a land, but we do sack that, so I think it's just better to run Dryad out here. And then there's options. Next turn we can go Ravager, which is pretty good. We can go this, destroy a land. When it looks like they're in 3 colors at least. And that makes me blow out a land, get a land. And then Ravager, but the Ravager also pressures a lot. They didn't have a counter spell earlier. I think this is just safer. What do we blow out? Because they can't get anything here. Maybe just blue. What do we think they're splashing? They might be just 3 colors. It's actually kind of awkward. It does kind of set us up really nicely for next turn. I think I'm still doing it, and we need to decide what we actually blow up here. I would say green, although that might be their main color. So maybe white. It's awkward because they have the land to fetch. Don't mind colorless. We know maybe 1 second green though. Can get this, but second green, second red. I'll just get second red. Because our Dryad gives us colorless, and then we have two gatekeepers. I think I'm fine. The Vijik makes us okay. So two gatekeepers into Chrysalis next turn. Also plays around the counter spells the best. I don't think we wanna exert. I would wanna exert on the Ravager, but if there's like a Dark Umbra, that's awkward. Because then they sack. So whenever they tap out, we can exert. Which is pretty good here. I mean, it's also pretty good going Chrysalis, which is +4 mana. I think it's still a Ravager. It's close. This one is close. And then if they don't trade, they take 6, sack a land. Otherwise, they sack this. I mean, either way, we get a lot of value here with Ravager. 2 damage. Do I ever send in more gatekeepers? So that would be 8. Are we losing 1 gatekeeper when we still have Chrysalis? Because this means a land plus that. I'll just attack with the Ravager. Makes more sense, yeah. And seems like they'll block. No blocks, okay. So that means the gatekeeper block would be free. So I'm glad we didn't attack. Ooh, that's not that bad. I mean, they get what, 1? They get 1 because they still need to pay this turn. Okay, interesting. I mean, we'll definitely take that. I don't hasten Chrysalis. But I like the mana from that. And that's a lot of damage. This is a pretty nasty Nantuko there. So let's say I swing. These, I swing all in there. That seems fair. Our fourth opponent, so they kind of have to keep 2 lands into a Dryad, right? That's the whole point of this deck, but it has been like quite awkward where we haven't drawn our 3rd land basically. Tap land. Get that out of the way. It could still be useful, but then again, I'll not be greedy here because we have a lot of stuff to do. There's another tap land, but now we really want the Dryad out. That just unlocks the mana next turn. We're playing against red-black artifact, it seems. Removal hurts us actually quite a lot. Like these Dryads are important for our deck. And plays another card. Okay, so now we have options. So if I go tap land, I get micro spawn next turn. If I go forest, I get flesh taker. But what do we do with flesh taker? We get a land, it's good because I kind of want the tap land, but then we take the 3 damage, which is I guess fine. Maybe we still go micro spawn. Just has a higher upside and we can cycle this still. There is a chance we get a land, right? And it does block the draw scroll, so they have to react. It's awkward that we don't have red here. They just have all the removal. They're also splashing blue. Land one time. Oh, it gives us a tap land. I didn't specify what kind of land we need. Well, I guess it is untapped if I go red here. Will that hurt us in any way? We don't have colorless. This can find us colorless. I think we just gotta do it. So this would find us red. This will be untapped, and then we can actually play a thread out. Which means it threatens the... I mean, we can also go aggressive at one point. Depends what they do. But they need to re-equip if they want to attack for more. Interesting. It is an artifact though. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. It's more specific. Does that happen in this format? Okay, they just draw from it. On a ramp as soon as possible, get to 7. Okay, so they will go for the aggressive play here. We take 3, which is nothing. Okay, so I cannot go this because I don't have colorless. So we have to get colorless with micro spawn. Then we could attack for 6. But that means the arena is tapped next turn, which means we have only 5 mana, right? 6 with 5 is actually okay-ish. We get untapped land if we want now also, which doesn't do much. 5 allows us Void Pouncer instead of the potential Tusker. Might be good enough. 3, 4, 5, 6. They can make this a 6/6 next turn though. This turn we attack for 6, they go to 14, and next turn plus 5. So we have 6 plus 5, 11. That's not that great actually. So maybe Microspawn just guarantee the Tusker next turn is better. Oh, I can also make a colorless mana with Persecutor here. So I can potentially sack the land, although that doesn't even do that much. And we would need think I want the Reacher. You can even haste it in 3, 4, 5. This would need to be tapped, right? Or the other option is if I sag this, we still get it. But we keep this. Then I'll lose the colorless mana potentially. I think it's just tap land. Man, the Flyers are beating us down in this run. I do think I mean, hasting this in doesn't make sense if we want to block. Okay, so they have Arena of Glory as well, but yeah, they can make this big now. Wow, which is really awkward. This hits for 6, so any removal is basically lethal. And we don't have really a good answer for a 6/6. I mean, we do have Exile Target Artifact in the deck. Yeah, I just don't like doing that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go here. Hope they don't have a removal, because they are also almost dead here. We can cage stuff in. Case this in is +6 damage and trample. Oh no, they cannot steal the Tusker. Am I missing something? Oh no, okay, but we do get a 3/2. We do get a 3/2, which means we live only one more turn. Oh, that's gonna be rough. That is gonna be rough. This makes a 1/1. Whatever's worth. Gotta block. Three, 4, 5, 6. So we can play both, but we cannot. So this would be +9. Wait, they do. We can haste in both actually. So they do lose here, right? If they have nothing. So if I give this, I mean that's our only play. +4. No, 5. Yeah, 9 plus. Oh no, wait, but this is this enough? So it would be. This has haste, so 3 and we have 4 there, yeah. So I guess that's enough, so I guess this works like that, right? Just need to not mess up with the land, with the arena basically. So this is 5, 8 plus 4, yeah. Ooh, Arena actually might win us the game here. They can still have a 1-mana spell, but this is lethal. Wow. Okay, not the best hand, but we have the early plays and we have lands this time. And we are ramping into a pretty big creature, but it's not. I'd rather ramp into some this mid stuff like 4 drops. In this deck, and I think we're on the draw actually. So what's our land play here? Ooh, guide turn 1. That's gonna be rough. I guess here and fetch green. I think we can fetch. I mean, we do need colorless mana, but Dryer gives us colorless. Although I can wait for this. Yeah, I don't know how we beat the guide on the play. The card is just kind of oppressive. I don't think we fetch. Well, now we got turbo ramp into this. Like, we are getting tokens here with the lands. They're on 3 cards. 2. Yeah, they're on 2 energy now. Next turn it gets really awkward. If they play a creature, can save that. Not that matters that much, but playing this tap this turn also doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm afraid the rare is just taking over here. Our deck is really not good at battling these threats that need to be removed because we just don't have removal. Doesn't give reach. So we try to find something with reach. Everything flies on opponent's side. Okay, this has reach. I kinda need to get that. And probably, well, this fetches red, blue. We can fetch blue for whatever's worth. We can play a tap land as well. Maybe that's greedy. Play that, does that matter? We could do it. Get reach next turn anyhow. Do lose 1 mana, but it's fine. Yeah, that's already 8. Don't add anything to the board, Oppo. Whew. Well, now I regret playing that, but fine. Play this tapped, but we have 3, 4. Have enough mana to go Squaw or Tusker next turn. I guess the attack is free. So the Chrysalis pretty much needs to survive for us to have a chance. If they re-equip, I still can sack 2 0 ones, but then we don't get Squaw, so then we can sack it with the Ravager. So that way we don't completely lose value if they are equip on the guide. That's their whole turn, so I don't feel that's that bad for us. Figured out we have reach, so no hidden reach. Arena also highlights the reach ability really visibly now. Okay. We're untapping here, which is good. So I guess if I go here, I can kill Guide, which is what we want to do. Probably. I could sack both, then we keep this up. Make Reacher and that. I could also just play another Reacher. That's not necessarily that bad, but then we get a 3/3 back. Obviously killing Guide is pretty good, but they might have a trick. I think this might be actually better. To get an attack in, there's benefit from doing that. Obviously we can sack both of these, but then we don't have that next turn and have the repeat up. This back next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna just play I'm gonna play the Reacher out. Feel that's safer. And we're getting the 3/3 back next turn, so we can go aggressive next turn. It just feels like it's easier to navigate the turns if we use 7 mana, now get a token and then score next turn. They cannot make this a 5/5 yet. Need 6 mana since it's one other artifact. Now we can crack these for the tokens. Kill that, we can sack, which gives us a token anyhow, so that one is free. The Chrysalis grows 2 times. It says sack any Eldrazi, and this one is an Eldrazi, so little interactions that don't come up that often. Oh wow. Well, this does, however, still get blocked, so I don't think that's the bad for us. Okay, our turn. I think now we kill the Terramander over the Guide. Do I need haste? Do I want haste? I actually want haste +4. Because the next turn can have these two anyhow. Question is this for a 1/1, that's probably not worth it. I could attack with this as well. And if I attack with this, they block here. What if I swing like that? They cannot just take these, right? Because that is lethal, so they have to block at least that, and then it's 8. Are we dying from this spot? I mean, the safest would be block here is another option. Chump and 5. I guess the safest is to just still leave one Reacher back. Don't kill them. 3, 4, 10, 13. Yeah, it's 1 short in that sense. I think I like this attack. And then we really put them on a back foot here. Because we make 2 tokens just from cracking this, so they go down to 2. Have a Mantis creature. Have a Reacher back. And the Reacher we can still grow instant speed because of Ravager. Okay, interesting. I'm definitely blocking. Okay, so there's that. Sack these to get the Ravager back, and then we don't have haste on it or anything. They don't gain life here either, so I guess we just don't do that. Although I guess with Gatekeeper, with Gatekeeper it would be fine. Does it say? Oh yeah, it would create too, so we would just have lethal that way. Okay, so that was a little bit of a misstep. Guess I can still do it. I mean, I can still play that and do it if they don't gain life. It's fine. Oh, that's fine because we get this anyhow. So I guess we sack score. Yeah, we ping for 1 anyhow. Not to mention that Persecutor is lethal, is gonna be lethal. I mean, one of the creatures is gonna be lethal. So this is now 2, yeah. It's just opponent realized it. Ooh, what a game. What a game. No mana ramp, but this hand outside of that is pretty good. I like being on the draw with this deck. Just play the step now, I think. It's a really interesting hand. I think we still want to play stuff out. I could wait, but then I don't know. Being that greedy and not curving out seems like a way to lose. So this is interesting because Dryad gives us actually a lot of mana next turn, which is probably what we want to do. I could go Flash Taker into this haste, which is probably the play though. Just more value, because I don't want to lose value with all the... Path is pretty good for them, although now we just kill it, right? We just gotta kill it, even though this would deal a lot of damage. Bet I don't get the bounce, but I don't want to give them the free ramp and the potential. So this is where a Dryad play would be way better, but what can you do? Am I clicking the right one? I guess I am. Now we needed to tap the... I can go Void Bouncer here for some extra pressure, because we do have a lot going on. We lose the haste ability though. It might be worth it. Get another 1-0-1 anyhow. Well, this Flash Taker, Fresh Raker, or whatever you want to call it. I'm so bad with pronunciations, but it does a lot. Okay, that's big. That's pretty big. They sack for value. Because I would argue that they want blockers, but again, they don't know the content of our hand. They are on 9. Hydra. I'm definitely hasting this in. Wait, does that change anything? Probably not. Okay, so it has trample, it's a 7-7. We swing all, the 7-5 goes on the 4-2. The 0-0 go 0-1 goes on the 3-3. Then it's 3-6-7. Yeah, technically enough. And this land is doing work in this deck, but we are a pretty specific all-in Eldrazi type of deck. Go to 8 even. Oh, even less so, because this makes 2. Yeah, I mean, I think that should be lethal. The trample does it. They're on 7 and they have to block other creatures than the trampling one. Okay, they figured it out, so they're just taking the damage. Alright, so we have a final boss to beat. Win and in, baby. Is this hand a trophy hand? I think it has potential, but they are on the play, so you never know. And I assume we're gonna be facing good decks in this at this result. So okay, what to do here? I think we can crack one land, although here is the we won the red. Like let's not go greedy. So blue, just get red. Even though we do have the processor, right? So I'll just get red here, and then we leave that one. We have all other mana. Always going dry at first. This works with processor as well. Dry allows us to double spell next turn anyhow, so we kinda get the tempo back there. So this is interesting because we can double spell. We can go processor first. Play a fetch land. Gives us a... that's actually interesting. It might be worth it. Gatekeeper first. Processor hits for more. It's awkward if they have a counter spell or a kill spell. We might still need, so I guess it's better to go here. Well, I could do these to just ramp into bigger stuff. I think I like processor because this next turn... I mean, this is also a bigger... I mean, it's just better. It's just a more important card. I don't really want to crack the fetch, but if they kill the processor, I will because of the value. Opponent hasn't played anything yet, so I assume the counter spell there, but they didn't have it. Okay, that's awkward, but processor still attacks through it. Huh. Okay, so this crack a land just because this gives us more damage, right? And then Herald this turn, I think makes the most sense. We fetch green or red. Say green. I can crack this as well this turn if I crack that, but I don't think that's worth it because Herald just pumps our token, and I think this is clutch getting the damage in while we do give them good blocks, and then we'll try to deal a damage in one chunk, and the gatekeeper can finish the game. So I think this is the most optimized way to push damage through. Nothing? So that is scary. Okay, they have something. That's not really that big of a deal. Ooh. Wow. Okay, I can just copy heralds here. Wow, that's kind of sick. We can do it twice, right? This, I mean, also hasting damage might be good enough. Wait, we have to do the math. So this will... Well, this finds me 2 lands. I think this has to be it. Even if they get a token now. So bestow the Herald here. Fetch the land, pay. Okay, go here. Go this. Yeah, okay, they figured it out. So there's our box. I mean, if you open this kind of Eldrazi shenanigans, and the deck looked insane. I didn't even like think I didn't give it like this easy of a run, and we only got mana screwed our first game. But yeah, thanks for watching.